look up, watch out. It's Keep Up with your boy Stillvinsane and my main man.
Me, Robert Mercado World. Hey, how you doing?
All right, ghetto alert. Gotta turn off my fan. Until you guys subscribe to our premium content and until you start like funding our campaign through Cash App. That's how you can pay for my air conditioning. No, I'm joking. All good. Welcome to the show. We're going to try to time these topics. I got my nifty handy dandy notebook and my handy dandy watch. We'll be talking about Apple products. We'll be talking about all types of stuff, the big blockbuster weekend. But before we get into all that, I got to talk to Cowboy Carter over here. I got to talk to my boy, my thespian lover, Robert. How you doing, mental health? Mental health check.
Mental health check. It is a good mental. The health is there. I feel good. I don't know. Anytime we start the show, I get invigorated and feel energetic and feel alive. I always just encourage people to, find things that you can express your creative side with, and this is a great outlet for me for that. So, yeah, everybody watching, I encourage you, find something that you can keep a smile on your face while you're doing it. It keeps your mental health up, How about you, Vince?
Good. Don't want you to think that I was not paying attention. Sorry. We're the only producers on this show at the moment. One day we'll get an intern or we'll get another producer, a sole producer. They could be a co-host too. Doesn't matter. That's fine. But it would be nice somebody to help us out. We want to be able to that's my dream. That's my dream to like host this show or another type of show. And of course, like be there for the creative part and the conception, but to just be able to host, to have that freedom to just do that. But for now, we're independent media. We got to do it all. Mental health wise, it's been rough. Not dreary though. Not dreary. It's just been challenging. No depression or anything like that. Again, I'm trying to start my own business. And I didn't get to go see one of my favorite artists, so we'll get into that. I get huge FOMO, not because other people go to things. It's just that I don't like to miss out on it. And I don't give a fuck if other people are there. I go, oh my God. There's only been like one time in my life where that happened. It was Beyonce. Oh. I was on Snapchat and I was depressed actually. And I was on Snapchat and I saw, and I was content with not going. And then I saw all my friends posted it on Snapchat. I was like, oh, I have to go.
What was it? What Beyonce? The Renaissance?
It was the Lemonade Tour. It wasn't called the Lemonade Tour. What was it called? Was it called Lemonade? I forgot. It was the Lemonade album. I know that, but I don't know if it was called the Lemonade Tour. But it was fantastic. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. And I didn't know that I got floor seats. So when I got there, they carried me out. I went with friends, but they were in the rafters and they were like, no, sir, you go this way. You get this wristband. I was like, because I got it on StubHub. And I was so close that when she was doing that song where she's like splashing in the water, she did that on stage. It's like kind of like a gospel song. And she splashed me and I considered never washing my face ever again. I was like,
is that freedom?
Yes, freedom. Yeah, and like they're splashing in the water in the video. They do it on the set too. And I felt like I had holy water on me.
Was that with Kendrick, that song? No.
It might be. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But we're going to talk about him a little bit too in a little bit. But thank you for the mental health check. All right, we did that in 5 minutes. Let's do it. What the fuck is happening? And there's not too much. Again, we don't talk about politics on here. Hopefully I'll be able to develop a show or just bring it on TikTok. I like politics. But right now, the only thing outside of politics is tech. Apple is... Let's put that on the screen.
Apple's got a lot coming. I saw that announcement. I was looking through some of the slides.
No diddy. Anyway, I'm joking. Lots of Apple intelligence. We have AI, just when you thought it was just artificial. No, Apple had to, right? It's not a power cord. It's a lightning cable. So Apple, as you know, they come late to the game when it comes to their technology. And they're about to have they come out like every year. It used to be like huge time lapses before they would come out with software updates. Whenever they do a software update, it's a little different than Android. They do it like for certain versions and stuff like that. iPhone does it for all of it. They do it for all the iPhones. So everybody gets an upgrade. And 18 is supposed to be a huge upgrade because it's integrating AI capabilities, especially with the iMessage. You have the new RCN feature that Europe sued the shit out of Apple in order for them to relent. Android users are going to be very happy. I think the blue bubble's still going to be in effect though. But as far as like quality pictures and audio and a lot of like things, emoticons on messages.
Right.
Robert, have you read anything on this? Contribute if you can.
Yeah. Well, I saw that they have a lot going on. Like you can hide an app and like their new software updates.
What?
So like yeah, so if you're like shady and like, sorry, I think of the people who are, I've been in situations where people wanted to hide apps from me. So they, there's an app, of course, in the gay community. You're familiar with that, Grinder. And,
never heard of it. No, I'm joking.
What? Anyway, Grinder, they have a function that you can pay for, I believe, that allows you to change how the app looks on your home screen so that, prying eyes won't know what the hell you got. So, yeah, and it looks like Apple will now do the same thing. I don't know if they'll let you change what the actual thing looks like, but it'll be a locked section of your like applications, so you'll be able to lock with like face recognition certain sections. So I think that's interesting. I like that. I saw that if you have if like I'm talking to you and I'm like, I want to say happy birthday, Vince, I can send an emoji of like your birthday. Hey Charlene, I can send an emoji of your birthday. Like a picture of you with birthday cake and all that shit. So I'm like, that's cute. I like little tchotchkes like that. So Apple, I'm looking forward to the update. Hopefully it doesn't kill my battery.
True. First of all, shout out to Steve. Thank you. Yes, we'll be talking about Kendrick very soon. And our co-star of the web series, Keep Up web series, and in Living Color. We'll be going to that show very soon, so check that out.
Yeah.
Please check out her Instagram. She's awesome.
Charlene.
So let's go back to her comment. Yes, hide your Tinder, hide your Grinder. Speaking of which, I got something to say about that. I had a neighbor that I had no idea. It was a long time ago, but I had no idea what hidden folders were. And I've been in tech for a while, but I don't think I was like really, I don't know. I didn't know anything about it. It was a long time ago. And this guy was like, oh, yeah, you got to hide your photos, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, hide your photos? And he had a girlfriend. And I'm like, why are you hiding your photos? And he goes, well, I mean, you got to have a hidden folder. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is the point? Not to say that I've never cheated ever in a relationship before, but I just don't get like why people have to hide like a secret folder. That just doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense. And even the apps. But I'm being a hypocrite because I love the Tinder, the tempered glass that kind of shows the non-glare, and so people can't peep into your screen.
I hate that.
I love it because the only reason why I love it, and I didn't give a shit before, is because when I used to work at Pupco, I used to have a coworker that would go around my shoulder and just literally look at my computer screen. Yeah, and I would feel her breath
Nosy
on my
bitch.
neck, and I'd be like, yo, and she was really high up in the company, and shout out to her, like whatever, we didn't get along, but she made a lot of money for that company, and she did very well, and she's still doing very well. But she was mad nosy. And one day I put the shit on the screen, and she literally said something. She was like, why can't I see your screen anymore? And I'm like, why are you fucking so nosy? Like, get the fuck out of my screen.
That's comedy.
We love you too, Charlene.
Yes, Charlene, we love you. I wish it says I want to join the chat, but it's like a whole complicated thing.
You can? Oh no, I don't think you can.
Can you?
I don't know how to. No, not yet. And we'll figure out how to like call in and stuff like that. That I think you could do. Not on here, but you have to, like I would have to like put the phone on like the mic.
It's like connect to YouTube to do it. So I'm like,
oh, that's dope. Oh shit, I didn't know that. All right, well I gotta figure that out. Sorry guys, I'll figure that out. Sometimes you hand your phone and forget they shouldn't scroll through. All right. So that's another thing. So now I started using the hidden folder, but I don't. But I use. It's not for that though. It's not. It's like.
Oh look, I'm on it on my computer. I could chat over here.
Oh shit, that's dope. Oh yeah, that's right. You can. You could post a comment. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like them, like being on the screen with us. But yes, I hear what you're saying.
We'll work that out.
Cool. So yeah, let's move on. But yeah, I don't hiding your shit. That's cool. But the emoticons, that's really cool. They upgraded that, and they're gonna have more colors and stuff like that. Right. They're gonna be able to put strike through inside some of the words, italics and bold. Lots of really cool features. Things that, of course, other operating systems have had before, but Apple just brings it in a more polished form.
So it's like AI now just stands for like Apple intelligence. Like they're stealing AI. It's like forget artificial intelligence. It's Apple intelligence. And
true. And let's see how intelligent it really is. But no, I'm a fan now. I was an Android user for a long time, and I made the switch a few years ago, and I have not looked back. I'm in the cult now.
Yeah, same here.
I'm in the cult. So, all right, next subject. We are going into the music. Whoop, 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 whoop. And let's stop the screen. Let's get into some new music releases. And we'll put that on the banner. And there was a lot of cool new music. We don't have to go too deep, but I'll just name them. Kate had Timeless. The Game had Time. He's a little homeless right now. Halsey has The End. Cigarettes After Sex, Baby Blue Movie. B.I. and J.I.D. Lights Out. They're from Dreamville Records. Robert, so you have a grinder, but you don't know who Cigarettes After Sex is. How is that? I don't get it.
I thought you were, first of all, when you asked me that, I'm like, are you saying, do I have cigarettes after sex? I'm like, we're getting real.
I was asking that too. No.
I'm joking. No,
it's a really cool band. Do you know the band?
No, and I don't smoke cigarettes. I never have, so I've never had cigarette after sex. Have you ever had a cigarette after sex?
Honestly, and I used to smoke cigarettes. That was the best cigarette. The second best cigarette was after a coffee, but the best cigarette was definitely after sex. Even a blunt after sex is amazing. Just saying.
I've had.
A blunt after sex. I remember I was watching Raising Kanan, the best. Oh, let's do this timer. I was watching Raising Kanan, and they smoked a blunt right after, and I was like, damn, I had nobody to have sex with, but I was just like, damn, that's like the perfect time to do it. That's like the perfect time to pump this out, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, I love that. I love that about that. Oh, and I love that it's so prevalent in shows now. It's like such a regular thing. Like before, it was like just like having a drink or like having a beer or something like that, and it's right up there now. It's like just as casual as that. Like literally everything I watch. That was another thing. I gotta add that. Oh, I forgot. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. I got something for the next segment. But anyway, music-wise, let's talk about Rihanna.
Well, it's not necessarily music-wise, but it's just I noticed she was trending all over. Hey, Ma. I know she was trending all over the Twitter sphere. And first of all, she released the ad campaign for her new Fenty hairline. And people were talking so much trash because she was wearing a little pixie cut wig. She was wearing a pixie cut wig. And she's like, in the picture, she's getting her head shampooed. And this drag queen that I follow, Bianca Del Rio, who's a former Drag Race winner.
I've seen her. I've seen her live. I've seen her comedy set. Oh, okay. Oh no, I know who it was. Never mind. Amanda,
Okay.
this girl named Amanda. She loved. But yes,
Okay.
I love her. She was really funny.
Yeah, she was like, that's how I wash my wigs too, you know? I'm like, man, brutal. But then to combat that, Miss Rihanna actually went out about New York and she was rocking her natural hair and she was like, fuck you haters, I do have real hair. And she was just out there and people were talking shit. They were still giving her a hard time. They were like, oh, she should use Beyonce's hairline and all this like garbage. And Rihanna looks amazing. Like, nobody could fuck with her. Nobody could fuck with her. I read one comment, though. They were like, if she had a gold tooth, she would look like my favorite auntie. And Rihanna looks good. Rihanna looks better than your favorite auntie, I'll tell you that much.
She do got a 5 head, though. She knows that, though. She knows. Rihanna, we all know
nobody
that.
She's
She's still hot,
unfuckable.
though. She's still beautiful. Yeah, she's still beautiful. She's a beautiful couple, too. A$AP Rocky's a good-looking guy, too. When I went to Paris recently, he was all over the Louis Vuitton store, like the whole building, pretty much. I was like, wow. Yeah, like the fashion world really loves him, and he deserves it. He's a good-looking guy. He wears really good stuff. Yes, Riri. No, have we seen her interview spread? No, I have not. Let's see that.
Is it the one you sent me, Steven? Where she looks scary? Riri makes a Tubi look good. A Tubi? What the hell is a Tubi? A Tubi? A doobie? You're silly. Yeah, Steven sent me her really scary.
Ready to confess? Oh no, that's old. Oh yeah, this is from April. Is he talking about this nunnery thing?
No, it's like she has like a blonde wig underneath on top of a black wig or something. It looks very like horror movie.
Type in Rihanna.
I don't know.
All good. Yeah. No, I don't see it. News. I just see what you're talking. Oh, I see. I love it. I love the natural. Let's put that on the screen. Yes, her natural hair looks really good.
Yeah, she looks amazing. She looks great.
It looks really good. It's like a little Eve. It's like a little what's her name? Also the one that won Top Model a while ago.
Eva Pickford.
But no, she looks great.
Yeah.
Look at us, 2 men talking about a woman's look. Great. Oh, look. Speaking of Louis Vuitton, great fucking bag. That shit is fire. Little Basquiat looking.
They were saying, why are you wearing a fur coat in 85 degrees? But, you know, she got to serve looks.
Man, she from Barbados, man. Yeah, like, shut the fuck up.
She's like, I'm freezing.
True. All good. What else we got on the music tip? We got let's talk about Selena. Let's talk about Selena. No, Selena's great. I love Selena, one of my favorite artists of all time. I love the Netflix special that, like, even though I knew the story, I was like, oh, let's watch it. And it was good. It was not as good as the movie, but it was on par. But let's get down to Yolanda. I fucking hate that bitch. I don't even like talking about her, but like,
all right.
Let's hear it.
She says
let's hear her shave Shakira's name.
She says if she goes on parole, that she would love to work for another big artist like Shakira. And it's like, are you serious, bitch? No one's gonna let you within 100 feet of Shakira. And I was talking about this with someone at work. Like, imagine in a world where this woman managed to someone managed to kill someone as big as Selena and then someone as big as Shakira. Like, that's some kind of Guinness World Record. Like, that's like some Diddy shit.
For real.
You know?
For real.
Should we go
there?
She has
the audacity. That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite Harry Potter book. Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. Yo.
Okay.
It's got I think it's like the Prisoner of Azkaban or something like that, or like, and I don't read the books, but again, they took a parody of that, and he's like looking back. It's the one where he's looking back, and they go like this, like Harry Potter and the audacity of this bitch. So Yolanda, you got some audacity. Like, you should, like, I don't even believe in the death penalty, but like, if somebody like did that to her, I'd be like, I look the other way, like, what happened? What happened? I saw nothing. I saw nothing.
Shakira now, I'm like, you got to kill this bitch. Like, she's got to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, save Shakira. Shakira, yo, nobody's looking out for you. Everybody's just letting her talk reckless out here. We got you. Wherever, whenever. We got you. And even when I see the movie today, even when I saw the show, it was like what we were talking about last week with Keith. Shout out to Keith. Thank you so much for guest starring with us. We'll have you back soon. I go like this. I go, no, Selena, don't go in there. Fuck the fan club. Fuck the fan club. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
Right.
Go home to Chris. Go home. Go home.
Right.
So
very sad.
So sad. So sad. So Shakira, and we talked about her new album. No, she's riding high. I love Shakira. Still beautiful. Still killing it. She had a divorce recently too, right? She got cheated on, and we all know Adele, Amy Winehouse. The list is numerous. Breakups lead to great fucking music.
Right. So we'll see if J-Lo redeems herself with a better album.
Oh
if she
boy,
gets divorced.
Oh, you're onto something.
I enjoyed the album.
Right, all of a sudden her tour will be back. She'll have a new residency, like new me, J Glow, Glow up, which you don't need to glow up. She's the bomb. Anyway, let's get down some petty news. I love petty news. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Lamar. So the funny thing about this is, and I'm team both. I'm not usually a pansexual, bisexual when it comes to choosing sides. I usually choose sides, but Drake is like 1A, and J. Cole is like, yeah, they're all equal to me. Like as far as like talent level, they're all on like the recent Rushmore of things. My Rushmore, if anybody's interested in rap, is Biggie number 1. Jay-Z number 2, Eminem number 3. No, sorry, Nas number 3, Eminem number 4, and number 5, Big Pun. And the way that J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick have been doing the last 15 years, it's really hard not to let them in either. So we'll see. Like, because some people get too nostalgic and they don't want to let anybody new into the conversation. And
now,
that's
do
not
you feel like? Can I ask you, do you feel like your Rushmore is the best or that's your favorite?
It's both. But I do think that's the best. I would like if somebody asked me who the best of all time were and I said those 5, I would put those against a lot of people's top 5. It's sexual. You heard me, Steve. Mama Luz, thank you so much. Let me see what this emoji. Oh shit. I see that a lot, actually.
It's like that, yeah.
I get that a lot, Luz. You're not the only one. Don't you worry. But yo. Look away.
Right.
I know. Sometimes we're too young for these type of subjects. But anyway, yes, do you have a top 5?
Do I have a top 5? Let's see. The ones that come to mind, they're just like, I would say my favorite would probably be like Nas, Jadakiss.
Good one.
Favorite's got to be, I got to put my girl Nikki on there. She's like my babe. I love her.
That's right. Biggie Smalls the illest, Steven. Brooklyn, stand up.
Hey, for Steven, we'll put Lil' Kim on there just because Steven's watching.
I love Lil' Kim.
Because
me and Steven talked about Lil' Kim a lot. Hell yeah. Should be sure.
Okay, we'll put her on there.
You should be scared of the dick.
I would say I enjoy Drake so much. I think he's great. I really think you know who I love? Immortal Technique. You know Immortal Technique?
Oh hell yeah. Immortal Technique is great.
I love Immortal Technique.
Oh, Drake has been getting dragged. He came out with a parody of that
KRS-One?
Oh Hey Delilah. He did like Wagwan Delilah or something like that. And
okay.
Dude, what a wrong time to come out with fucking appropriated music. They call him a colonizer. Oh, KRS-One is great. The Bronx, hell yeah, love KRS-One. Of course, Method Man, we talked about him last week. He clarified his comments, supposedly. He said that like he was there for Mr. C to like pay homage, and he was already, and he said that like people, which is including me, check out that video of us like, and check out the clip of us talking about our take on that situation and like the generational gap. But he said that wasn't his intention, and he said he would never blame the audience. It sounded like he was backtracking a little bit. But anyway, back to Kendrick Lamar. If you listen to the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake, Drake was being petty, and he wore a Community College of Compton shirt, and which was funny. But even funnier, which Team Gemini, Kendrick Lamar, shout out to Team Gemini, this motherfucker did a commencement speech at Compton Community College, where he's from. He's from Compton. So it makes sense that he has that connection. Oh, Bruno Mars. I love Bruno Mars. Not a rapper, but he will bring that uptown funk. I love Bruno Mars. And he's a rock star too. Like the dude does mad cocaine. Not that I endorse kids. No doing cocaine. Only Bruno Mars. Only if you're Bruno Mars's height. But anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10, Robert, where do you think this is petty on Kendrick Lamar's part?
I definitely think it sounds a lot petty. I would give that a full 11. 11 on the scale.
A full 11. I love it.
I'd give that a full 11, He's not going to take his foot off his neck. He just wants to keep the trolling coming. So I can respect that.
Me too. I'm trying to be less petty because I've kind of exhausted my pettiness. I've almost put it on empty. So I got to save it for the rest of my lifetime.
This is the kind of petty that's it's not a direct. It's I could do that too. It's fuck it. So it's take it how you want to take it,
I agree. All right. So I think that is it for music news. We are going to move on to film and TV. Let me just fix something real quick.
Oh, wait. While you're doing that, I'll just mention my girl Camila Cabello dropped a song with Lil Nas X. The video was pretty cute. They fight in it over a man.
Excuse me.
It was all right. That was pretty good. I guess I could segue into what the fuck I watched with that, too. So, Camila Cabello.
Now that you mention that. Ray J just was on Shannon Sharp. Did you see that?
I saw some clips. I heard about Shaq good for his video.
Him and Brandy don't talk at the moment, and he spilled the tea that Monica and Brandy fought at one of the award shows behind backstage.
Brandy.
I didn't know that. I knew Monica was thug, but I didn't know she was that much. I was like, dang, hell yeah.
They said it at the Verses.
They did. I didn't watch the Verses, but I did hear that they revealed that they. But I thought that they just revealed that they had animosity for each other. Oh, that it wasn't
she punched her.
Yeah, and then Monica never liked her, from jump, and they had to convince her to do The Boy Is Mine and shit like that. I'm like, what? So crazy.
But the bullshit is that Ray J, for all it's worth, he still has to talk about his sister and her business to get some clout. It's
oh, I see what you're talking about, but I disagree. As a matter of fact, I don't know. I would venture to say his net worth might be even bigger. Moesha does get a lot of residuals, but he's on that too. He has a lot of fucking patents. He created a lot of things in tech.
I know.
Yeah, he's done pretty well. The Neptunes, he's one of the first people to use the Neptunes and Pharrell.
Was it? Wasn't it the guy that white rapper that was who's Brandy? Oh, you mean Ray J's sister? You didn't see that?
Is that Little Dicky?
No,
I forgot.
One of the other ones.
Oh, I don't know. Mac Miller. There's so many white rappers. I have no idea.
Anyway, and then she ended up, I think, coming out to perform with him after all that. True.
All right, segue on to what the fuck did you watch? We're on some TV and film.
Well, since I mentioned Camilla, I might as well just jump right into my girl Arianis Grandis. She dropped her music video for The Boy Is Mine, and it already has 9.9 million views, and that segues perfectly from the Brandy topic, of course, because the song it's not really an interpolation of it. But it's called The Boy Is Mine, and she actually does feature Brandy and Monica in the music video. And the music video for it. Yeah, it has like a Gotham-esque theme and Batman Returns theme. So she's like a Catwoman, and I love the song, and the video is awesome. And she just performed the song on Jimmy Fallon, and it was very good. Oh my God, Steven, we don't talk about that time for Brandy's life. She's an Aquarius. Defend her.
Oh, yes, we
Okay.
do. Let's see. Oh, Camilla, yes, Camilla. Sabrina Carpenter came out last week too, but whatever. We're not on music anymore. What did he say? We been knew Monica beat that ass. I didn't, Steve. I usually, me and Kermit were usually sipping tea together. I didn't see it. Steven also, but he unalive somebody watching Rich. Brandy also hid the baby daddy of her child. And it was Zab, I think, no, not Zab Judah. It was someone else, but supposedly it was Zab Judah. But Dark Child wasn't the father. And she had like a whole season where like they were like parenting and stuff like that. And then she like revealed like off the show that he wasn't the father. Mad embarrassing. But anyway, back to Ariana Grande. That's cool. I love The Boy Is Mine, the original. I love Ariana Grande. She's such a special artist. She's very pretty also.
And so she was on Jimmy Fallon and she performed the song live.
She has so many good memories. She has so many good clips on Jimmy Fallon.
Yes, and she performed the song live, but she did a little bit more of she did the Catwoman theme and like the Gotham set. So it was cute. It was very cute. You're back?
I know. I was trying to put the Jimmy Fallon. I was doing too much. I was trying to put that on the screen. All good.
So that's all I want to say.
Definitely.
And Penn Badgley was in it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And I didn't even put the movies. What a dumbass. Here we go.
And by the way, I want to put this conspiracy out there. She had
no politics, but you could put conspiracies.
Yes. She had Penn Badgley in the music video, right? And he was on that show You, right? And he's like a serial killer. And then
I love that show.
Right, but then she had in the last video Evan Peters, who recently played Dahmer, and they both played love interests. You didn't the Dahmer movie on Netflix?
I've seen many documentaries. I've seen like
oh my God, it seemed like I didn't watch it either, but it seemed like
it's not that it's so many people. It was just so popular. It was just like too popular, and it was just like. No, it deserved the praise. Niecy Nash got an Emmy from it. I believe the actor, I forgot his name. He's a cool actor too. I like him.
Evan Peters.
Yeah, there you go. I like him a lot. So I thought that I will eventually watch it. It just was annoying. Like so many people were like forcing me to watch it. Yeah, I
know.
And I was just like, ugh. And plus, like, I think like, so we talked about this in the pre-show where like you get the rights to like a script or you get the rights to like some type of licensing that you never had. So I feel like a lot of people got the rights to Charles Manson, Ted Bundy. Mindhunter was very popular on Netflix. So I feel like, first of all, America is over obsessed with serial killers to begin with. Second of all, like we glorify the shit out of them. Second of all, we're just so oversaturated with it. So I just felt like overwhelmed with serial killers.
I didn't have I was like, I don't need to see this. But, back to my conspiracy theory. She had, because right now people are talking about that she left her marriage.
I do love Ryan Murphy, though. Sorry, keep going.
Right.
I do love Ryan Murphy.
All right, a little chisme, right? That's what we call it in the Latin community, a little chisme, a little gossip. So she left her husband, right, Ariana, and she's with her co-star from Wicked, who they both were married at the time, and now they're both with each other. And it's like, in this Boy Is Mine video, she has an unhealthy obsession with this Penn Badgley guy. And it's interesting because he's known for like being on that show You and being like a psycho killer or whatever. And in the last video, she's also with a psycho killer, or someone who most recently played a psycho killer. So I'm like, I feel like she's tapping into a little bit of the dark side with these videos subliminally. So I'll put that out there. And that's my.
Oh, looks like he's moved on. It looks like he's moved on too. All good. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how they move on away from Ariana Grande. Mac Miller, maybe you can give us some notes. Sorry, bro. Rest in peace. Too soon. But anyway, Thugs and Felons. That sounds like a cool party. I would love to go there. And also, Mama Lou's, Dahmer was played by the kid from American Horror Story. Yeah. Ryan Brennan and no, not Ryan Brennan. So what's his name?
Evan Peters.
Brennan and no, I know. I'm not saying the actor. I'm talking about the creators. Ryan Murphy and Ian Brennan, I think.
Oh,
I forgot. But like Ryan Murphy's like the main producer. He's done American Horror Story. He's done Hollywood. Nip Tuck. Oh, that was amazing. That's a classic show. Such a good show. Thank you for that one. That's so good. What else did I watch? Oh yeah, what else is in movie news real quick before? Oh, Bad Boys. Bad Boys is Robert, and not that Robert was wrong. Not at all, actually. He's actually I do think that Wolverine and Deadpool has a good chance of being probably the only billion-dollar movie. We agree on that. But I do think Bad Boys is going to come close. I do think they can. I do think they have the chance to make about 500. That's probably a little much. But they're doing very well. They're doing very, very well. And well deserved. It's such a good. It was great. I had a great time watching it. Let's put this on the screen real quick. I was saying in the pre-show though, and whatever way to get it going, all good. You can't have it all. So I was saying to Robert before that I feel like everything is produced almost the same way now. There's no you can't really tell if something is being done in a movie format anymore, and you can't really tell they're all the same now. So it was smart that Will Smith brought in his production studio that is doing very well, by the way. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air on Peacock, the dramatic version, so good, one of my favorite shows. He does Cobra Kai. He's done the reboot with his son, Jaden Smith, of The Karate Kid. So many different productions. So he used it in collaboration with Jerry Bruckheimer this time. And I think this is the first one or the second one without Michael Bay. And I just found this out. Michael Bay fought for, which is funny because Michael Bay is a huge conservative. But Michael Bay fought to have Will Smith and Martin play in these roles. And the studios in the beginning said no to him because even though the 48 Hours movie and Beverly Hills Cop did very well with Eddie Murphy, Hollywood still didn't believe in black leads. They still did not believe in black leads in the mid-90s. And Michael Bay fought for it. And his only credits before that were commercials and music videos. So this was his first time, and he had the balls. They were like, yo, you're lucky that we're even giving you a feature film deal. And you're demanding who should be in this movie. So shout out to Michael Bay for that one. I thought that was really cool. Do you plan on seeing this movie, Robert?
I didn't see the last one, but I am a fan of the franchise. I'd seen the other ones before, so I'm like, all right, I would definitely watch this. It intrigues me. I'll just read this little article or this little tidbit. Headline says, Bad Boys, Ride or Die revives the summer box office with Will Smith's return to theaters. He snagged the top spot this weekend, earning a much-needed $56 million boost to the domestic box office after weeks of low returns in theaters across the nation. Abroad, the film earned $48.6 million for a global accumulation of $104.6 million. So that's great, $104.6 million. So we just got to see what the next week drop-off will be. Because this thing is dropping horribly. The Furiosa, I think it had another 60% drop.
So good though, so good. We talked about it last week. George Miller, you were due for a flop, I guess, and so was Anna Taylor.
And this guy, it's the Marvel curse. It's hard to find good work after doing a Marvel film like Thor, like Robert Downey Jr. Tom
he just won an Oscar. Well, Oppenheimer.
But they hadn't found a lot of box office success after
$1 billion movie.
Yeah, that's his one film out of all the others that he put out.
They didn't put that many out after. Maybe he
didn't have any success. That's why he's gonna come back to fucking be Iron Man. He had his fucking Oppenheimer. He is gonna be Iron Man. I bet you the $1 billion box office of Oppenheimer he will. He just said that it's in his DNA. He'll be back.
They're not bringing him back. They would have to. Well, I mean, it's not hard to bring a comic book character back to life, but
in the comics, he comes back as AI first.
I know, but they're already on a new phase. They're already on a new phase. Like they're already bringing in Fantastic Four and X-Men. There's no room for him.
One of the next projects is Avengers Secret Wars, and that's where all of these multiverse people come back. So
I still don't think they're going to bring back the old characters. Kevin Feige just talked about it publicly that he's trying to get in new characters. I just read an article today about the Russo brothers, good directors, and they were saying that there's just so much content out there, and that like 20 straight movies, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot to ask people to commit to. And
they said they're gonna
good.
Well, they said they're gonna stop worrying about these crappy, lackluster characters that nobody cares about, and they're gonna go for it and bring out like, watch, you're gonna see Iron Man back. You're gonna see Chris Evans in some sort of form or the other.
Well, he was a lower tier. Iron Man wasn't very famous back in the 70s. No, but and 80s.
Like for their cinematic universe, not for like Marvel.
Well, that was because that's the only thing they owned. That was like,
yeah, I know that, but that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, they didn't own X-Men.
Their films.
I don't think it's a good idea, and he's too expensive too. So you're going to pay $50 million to not even have a guarantee that he can get you $1 billion anymore. Like I think
he could bring Iron Man. People would love to see him back. That'll be at least. I think that would hit him close to $1 billion at the box office.
He didn't even hit $1 billion in each of his Iron Man movies.
I think part 3 did.
Okay, not that I'm not like contesting you on that too hard, but
let's see.
Still think it's a bad idea. They need to go forward. There's too many. They finally got the rights to the more popular characters. Thor, fucking Iron Man. As much as I love them, they're the B squad. Like X-Men, Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. Those are the real Deadpool. Those are the real popular ones, and they need to stick with. They haven't even really touched on Adam Warlock yet. They need to go forward. Like leave. And also, even though he said that it's in his DNA, he also said he wanted to dedicate himself more to roles like Oppenheimer again so that he can get back to his acting forte. And I'm with Martin Scorsese and whoever said that, like, being in a Marvel movie, as much as I enjoy them, it's like putting someone in a green screen and having them walk around in a theme park. I totally agreed when he said that. I was like, that's how I feel when I'm watching it. I feel like I'm on autopilot. I never think they put that much. There's only a handful of the movies like Wakanda and Guardians of the Galaxy.
I really enjoyed.
There's only a few that I felt like had a good script that can compete with other movies, not just comic book movies.
And for the record, Iron Man 2 did $621 million, and then Iron Man 3 did $1.2 billion.
Nice. You were right. I didn't like too much that, but like again, like I said, not all of them reached $1 billion. So he is I don't think he's the solution. I don't think going back, like, oh wow, we're like doing really bad. Like, let's just go get the old characters back. I don't think that's a good idea. Get original Hollywood, which they never do. Real quick on Bad Boys, Stephen A. Smith. He's the biggest personality on SportsCenter, and so I got to ask you a question. He says that Will Smith has to apologize.
Oh, Will Smith has to apologize. I don't know. What I'm seeing is that audiences forgive him, and they don't have any time for canceling Will Smith. Will Smith, it looks like you're going to see him back in Aladdin, probably. You're going to see him back in I Am Legend. They're going to probably fast track that. So I think audiences just prove that post-slap, they stand by him. It looks like white audiences did not come out to see Bad Boys 2. They had a significant drop. Almost 50% of the white audience that came to see the last one did not show up for this one. And Latinos made up the difference.
Mama lose. You win again. I saw Hitman as well. So good. Glenn Powell is the lead. very misleading as well. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. Spoiler alert, sorry. It's not a huge spoil. He's not a hitman. He's not a hitman. He is a undercover cop that lures in people trying to hire hitmen. And it is really, really good. Very good movie on Netflix. He is one of the co-producers. It's actually, and one of the co-screenwriters too, Glenn Powell. He's very talented. I love the start of his career. It's doing very well. Top Gun, all that good stuff. Anything But You with Miss Sweeney. But it's based off a true story from a guy from the 70s. Again, he was an undercover, and he also was a psychology professor. So by day he was a college professor, and by night he was locking up people that were trying to hire murderers, trying to hire a hit on their lovers and stuff like that. That's most of the time when people try to kill somebody. It's mostly in the heat of passion. So why didn't you watch that with your mother? What's wrong with you?
She's busy. She's busy. She has her own schedule. Okay.
All right, I'm catching up to these comments, but yeah, you should definitely watch that. All right, what else is going on movie news before we move on? Practical Magic 2, that was a good movie. The first one, and we were talking about it before. Robert doesn't believe that, like, he just thinks it's rumors. In my opinion, Nicole Kidman is a huge player in Hollywood. And again, when she starts talking, especially Sandra Bullock too, like Sandra Bullock don't play. So if it's a rumor, that's a very popular movie.
Yeah. I believe remember, it's possible, yeah.
Oh God, and I froze.
He froze. Sorry for the technical difficulties, y'all. He's talking about Nicole Kidman, and she's playing a witch, so a lot of brujeria going on.
I know, right? I am so sorry. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Thank you, Luz. Thank you. Someone's looking for me. Robert, you were looking for me. I'm here. I'm trying. So I know, and I'm playing so many roles. I know. No, I'm joking. I saw the terrible Garfield movie. That was bad, and that was another thing. What I was trying to say. Same thing with Bad Boys. It could have been a show. It was like the same animation as The Grinch, the Dr. Seuss. Was it Disney that did the last one?
Oh, I know which one. The new one. I like that new one.
It was good. No, that one was good. But like, again, it didn't feel like it didn't have to be in the movies. It didn't have to be in the movies. And I don't even know how well that's going to do. And Inside Out 2, that's why I don't even think Bad Boys is going to do $1 billion at all, because Inside Out 2 is coming out right after that.
Yeah.
Like next week.
And this weekend, yeah.
Yeah, Disney always does well. So we'll see.
I did watch the first 2 episodes, maybe 3 of the Knuckles show on Paramount Plus.
Oh, how was that? Idris Elba.
It's decent. I fell asleep halfway through the third one, I think.
And there's only 6 episodes, right?
Yeah, it's all right, but definitely you can feel it's like they made the models for the film, and then they're like, we can still just make the models do something different, like the 3D renderings or whatever.
True.
So they just were like, we're gonna milk this. It was all right. It was funny. But it was like funny on the level of like Nickelodeon humor, like, you will destroy that girl, crush her, and it's like talking about bowling and stuff, So
yeah, Kid Cudi is in it also. So is Stockard Channing from Grease.
In Knuckles?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see them yet.
Of course, the original voice, not the original voice, but the voice for Sonic. I don't think he's in this though.
Sonic's in it.
Oh, he is? Oh, okay.
And Tails.
Nice. Yeah. Let's get a graphic of Knuckles real quick.
Yeah. So that's pretty good.
I have a question before we move on. We have I don't think we have anything left for movies, but I have a question though. Do you prefer a series or do you prefer a limited series?
I feel like it really depends on if the story is there, Some things alone, it's, there's definitely some things that adapt better for limited series. Like, what was that new one I watched with we watched with Kate Winslet, The Rain. Rain, is it called?
I didn't see it yet. I want to see it so good. The Regime. Yes, I want to see that so bad. She's like a German chancellor.
Yeah, it suits perfectly for one season of storytelling. So for that, it was really well contained, and it seemed like impossible it would be impossible to do a second season. So I wouldn't want a second season. So yeah, that worked.
I prefer it now. Not that you asked, but I prefer a limited series over. I don't even so when people recommend and they get annoyed by this, by the way, I don't know why. I don't know why we all need to watch the same shit. We don't. But some people, they'll be like, Vince, because I love to recommend shows, and that's okay. You don't have to watch them. And by the way, I am going to watch that. That is on my list. Book of Clarence. We'll talk about that next week. Even though it's been in the movie theaters before, it's on Netflix now. And I love Lakeith Stansfield. He's the man. And I think Jay-Z had a part in production of it. I think he's one of the producers of it. I think. But anyway, with limited series, so when people recommend shows to me, I say to them, does it have more than 13 episodes in one season? And is it more than 5 seasons? And only if it's like a super duper classic. So there's some on my list where I'm like, okay, I haven't seen it yet, so I'll keep that on the list. But if it has more than 13 episodes in one season and it has more than 5 seasons, I'm good. Because it shouldn't take you that long to tell the story. It's not a fucking anime. It's not a manga. Somebody tried to recommend Baka to me, and I'm sure it's a dope show. What's the other one that was popular recently? Not One Punch. It's similar to that.
The Pirate.
Yeah, the Pirate.
Yeah.
My brother was like, he was talking to somebody, and he was like, Jason, when does it get good? Not that it wasn't good. He's like, I enjoy it, but like, when does it get good? Goes episode 1500. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god. By the way, two of my favorite series I must mention are Buffy the Vampire Slayer and then its spin-off Angel. And
those are good.
Buffy had 7 seasons, and each season was the first season was 13, and the rest were about 22 or 20 episodes. And then Angel, same thing. And they had great episodes and told great stories and all that, in all those times. So back when there was a mandate for the TV networks that you needed to have a lot of the episodes, some storytellers did rise to the occasion.
Well, that was for syndication. Right. Now they don't even want them to hit that.
Storytellers rose to the occasion and like made it work and made it like, wow, you couldn't imagine these shows without these episodes. But nowadays, yeah, it's like they don't even have real writers' rooms these days. So you're not going to have the same, success.
Well, that's an American thing. I remember I was reading an article about why Phoebe Bridges, it's a music artist. Phoebe, what's her name? How do you say her name? Phoebe Waller-Bridges. There you go. Phoebe Waller-Bridges from Fleabag. I love Fleabag. Great show. But she left the production of Acapulco is good too. That's a really good show. I love that show on Apple TV Plus. Good record. Look at Luz. Yo, we need to watch TV together. So what was I about to say? I lost track. SVU. Oh my God. Too much. I had to hop off that too. Me and Stabler, we were cool, but I had to leave. Just too much. I left Walking Dead after season 7. I should have gave up on Weeds. Showtime. I'm watching fucking season 6 of The Chi, and The Chi is great, but goddamn, like, give up. Give the fuck up. Holy shit. It should not take people that long to tell a story. It should not take that long. That's my opinion. But anyway. But shout out to people who need to eat. So 25 years of eating. I'm all about that. But I lost track. Sorry. Like getting back on the Wi-Fi took a lot of energy.
Right.
All right, let's move on from movies. We watched some good stuff. Thank you for. Actually, one more. The Frasier reboot. It is. Oh, see, you didn't say that. It was renewed for its 2nd season.
It starts
your review on that, and I'll tell you my thing on reboots.
Yeah, I started watching the Frasier reboot. I saw the first 2 episodes, and it was really, for me, it was laugh out loud funny. I had a good time with it. I was 5 minutes into the first episode, the pilot, and I was like, oh, I don't know, this is like a stinker. And then, once I warmed up to the characters, I really got into it. I'm enjoying it, so I'll definitely watch the rest of it. But
salad and scrambled eggs.
yeah,
Again.
I enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch the rest of it. It's a different setup. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but people should check it out. Kelsey Grammer still got it, and the new cast is really strong too. So check it out, y'all.
I like reboots, but I don't love the sitcom reboots. Fuller House, The Connors.
The Connors.
It did very well. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't need my viewership. Roseanne. The Connors.
Yeah.
I just, some things you just need. Same thing with Robert Downey Jr. You need to leave some things in the past. You need to and also that it doesn't have Niles, it doesn't have Roz, it doesn't have the father. He passed away recently. And I don't love him as a person. I think he's a douchebag, but as an actor, I love him. I loved him on Cheers. He's so funny. I loved him as Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons. He's a legend. I never saw that show Tycoon. I heard that he was really good in that. He was like one of those CEOs, like kind of like Uber Murdoch. Not too far-fetched for him to play. Shout out to his daughter though, Spencer Grammer. She is the shit. She is fucking the sister on Rick and Morty. Love her. Yeah, and she plays other voices too. But Summer is her main gig. Yeah, that's his daughter. Wow. She's been Summer the whole time. The Connors, all right. Shout out to John Goodman. And I heard, and people really love that show. It's like on season.
It cracks me up too. I like.
Yeah, and they said that Darlene really stepped up. So it's like basically like a younger version of Roseanne, having Darlene be the and of course a lot more modern topics. But that's what I loved about Roseanne. That's why I was so mad that she went like all radical, whatever, on Twitter, and like whatever her affiliations were. Because like that was the coolest part of the show. She was like an educated redneck. And then all of a sudden, like all the things that she used to make fun of like being like that type of person, all of a sudden, like she was that person. And I'm like, wow, this is not even worth watching anymore. She's the same person she is in real life now that she is on the show. My bad. That was my thing on that. But as far as reboots are concerned, you talked about Mad About You did one recently. Fucking Boy Meets World did one recently.
No, I didn't watch
Super trash.
Will and Grace, I saw the first.
Will and Grace.
Also,
didn't love that either.
Funny. That made me laugh. I thought they still had their charm.
Yeah, it did not make me laugh. And I love Sean Hayes. Shout out to him. He was on the latest season of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Zeckelman, he's the lawyer while he was Larry David was beating the charges for the election. Giving a bottle of water. But I love Sean Hayes. One of my favorite scenes from Will and Grace is where she takes the car, where he takes the card on Megan Mullany, and I love her too. She's amazing. They both deserve the Emmys they got for those shows. But he was taking the credit card and he swiped her boobs, he swiped her cleavage. He's like, decline.
Approved.
Right down the ass crack. That was my favorite. And I love that she's married to Nick Offerman. There's such a great curve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. That's right. Pretty. And I was so sad. All the Charmed ones, I heard about that. Are you talking about Charmed or who's the Charmed ones?
Charmed. Yeah.
Charmed.
The reboot.
I never saw, and I never really watched the original. And it was popular. And I watched all of Buffy though. I did not watch Angel. That's another thing too. I had to really I dedicate a lot to a show. And so now I have to like rededicate, and I have seen spinoffs. Power drew me in. So I have to like make exceptions sometimes. But at that time I was so into Buffy. I was like, damn, I can't do it again. And plus I never really loved Angel, the character like that.
He's so different on his spinoff.
Bones did very well too. So it's not like they needed my viewership.
Yeah.
All good. Let's get down to why I'm so petty today. I did not get to go to Governor's Ball, which headlined with Post Malone. I've seen him before. Last time I saw him, he was a drunky mess, and he was not that impressive. But the ones I really wanted to see was Renee Rapp from Mean Girls. I heard she's really awesome. They had Shalorone, who did very well. She had the biggest crowd I heard. She did she smoked a blunt with the Statue of Liberty coming out of a Big Apple. Shout out to her, getting some New York in there. But the biggest ones I really wanted to see was Peso Pluma. That is the kind of Mexican Aventura Bad Bunny thing going on right now. They're very popular. He broke his leg on stage. Let's get the graphic for that. And the one I really wanted to see was SZA. Oh my God. SZA? I have seen SZA before, so let me preface that. I've seen her many times actually. But I haven't seen her recently. The last time I tried to see her was at Governor's Ball 2015. That's how much of a fucking loser I am. I go to all these festivals, but it got rained out. Kanye West was supposed to headline that one too. And that was the same year that he jumped over to Summer Jam because it was a huge typhoon that weekend, and he forgot his lyrics. And it was during the Pablo tour, not the Pablo. It was during the Yeezus tour, and it was the same summer where Kim Kardashian got robbed in Paris. It was a whole thing. But anyway, SZA was supposed to headline that weekend. She headlined this weekend. She did a phenomenal job from what I heard. But I waited too long. And it got so sold out. I was on the waiting list since the beginning of May, and they would not let me get the ticket. And I tried to go on Facebook Market Watch, and everybody just wanted to try to scam me. So have you ever been to Governor's Ball, Robert? Have you seen any of these acts? Were you interested in any of them?
But hearing about it, they sound like a nice lineup. I'm definitely interested in seeing what Renee Rapp has to offer after, Mean Girls. She seems to be the one with her star on the highest rise after that. Mean Girls would definitely seem like a vehicle for her to succeed.
I haven't seen the newest one. I saw the Lindsay Lohan one, and shout out to Steve and everybody talking about Lindsay Lohan before. Going to rehab. No. Never been a fan of her as an actor, but when I was on the plane coming back from Mexico, you watch stuff. Have you ever done this, Robert? Have you ever done a double feature, a multitask? You'll be watching something on your screen, and then somebody's watching something you wanted to watch too. And you keep going like this. You keep you're watching what you watch, and you're like, but I wanted to watch that too. So every once in a while you go. And so somebody was watching Mean Girls right next to me, the newest one, the adaptation of the play. And I like Renee Rapp. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to be a little gross. She has a great rack.
Renee Rapp with a great rack.
Holy shit. She is on the show The Sex Lives of College Girls. It is a Mindy, damn. It is a Mindy Kaling production. It's based off her life in college. She does that a lot with her shows, Never Have I Ever. It was her life as a teenager. But in this one, Renee Rapp, she's bisexual. Not even bisexual. She is gay. But in real life, she's not. Or maybe she's more fluid now. But she said that it was very uncomfortable doing that show because she didn't even experiment in her life yet. So doing that, she was a full-on lesbian in the show. And I thought she did a very good job, but she just left recently because I think she's going to focus more on her. Oh, nice. Good, Steven. Hell yeah. And I think she's going to lean in more with the music. The music is very popular. I haven't really listened to her music. Shout out to my cousin. Oh, now she's a full-blown lesbian. All right, good. But in the interview, check it out, Steven. In the interview, she said when she started the show, she was not. So now she's more, in tune with, or more fluid with her sexuality, which is fine. That's her business. But in the interview, she said it was very uncomfortable to try to do that role. And how do you feel about that, Robert, as an actor?
Well, I don't know. It's it's a lot of vulnerability in being an actor. You know what I mean? So yeah. You got to be willing to go there. It's definitely some sensitive, areas, but That's what acting, the best acting I feel like challenges you to do is to just go there. But you don't want anybody taking advantage of you doing like odd shit, putting you in odd predicaments either. But you know, I was just reading about Renee coming out as a lesbian on SNL, and that's how she like officially told the world that she was a lesbian. You know?
Sorry, I was sad because now I'm out of now she's out of my market, but oh well, shout out to the lesbians that now have her on in their team. All good. It's a great team. Let's get down to the last topic. It is Robert's topic this week. It's called What the Fuck Did I Say? When we have a guest on here, it's more getting to know the guest. Again, shout out to Keith. He did a great job. We're trying to get more guests. We're trying to rotate as much as possible. And we're not against having guests come back either. So that we'll come back to Keith. We'll come back to some other people that Robert hasn't seen before. He's probably seen on the show, but he hasn't been a part of as a co-host, but he's doing a wonderful job. So let's get down to his topic. Let me put it as a graphic. You introduce us to it, please.
Yeah, it's just I see a lot of conversation going on the vlog sphere around, pretty much comes down to plastic surgery regret. So between like veneer regret and then just plastic surgery regret. So it's just something I want to touch on really quick and kind of see what your thoughts on it, since we haven't really talked about it. But there's people who like Winter Blanco. She was one of the Bad Girls Club member, and she's been mentioned in a lot of these videos because she had there she goes. She was talking about like she had to leave her house that she was living in because the carpeting rubbing against her feet made her hear like white noise, and it was just so frustrating, and like her teeth were just so sensitive, and her life is just over. She's living with chronic pain all the time, and it's frustrating. And people don't realize how intense the procedures are. And once you go in and get it done, like the veneers, for example, you're shaving down your teeth, for people who don't know, and they put them into little triangles, and then they're putting another thing over it that looks like a real tooth, ideally. And it's being cemented on, and over time you have to have maintenance on it. But in the meantime, you can get bacteria in there. A lot of shit can go wrong. So it's a big, lengthy process, and it's very expensive in most cases. And, even with paying a lot of money, you can still end up in a lot of pain and suffering for a long time. So it's something scary. People, just to think about, like, some people are just out there trying to do, some self-care, right? Like they want a better smile, or they want to, they don't love their body because, the thin is in now. So they can't afford those Ozempic. So they're getting lipo and BBLs because everybody needs a fat ass. There you go. And, and then they're coming out botched because there's not enough people probably, I feel like, sharing their botched stories because it's so embarrassing and so painful. So yeah, that's my little rant on, like, just to catch up people on what's going on. But what do you think?
Calm down, Robert. Calm down. Your rant was too aggressive. You were too hyped. No, I'm joking. No, I get it. And at the same time, I don't. So my godmother is my dentist. You could do the math on that. So I don't know how it feels to not have great dental work. I don't even deserve my dental work. When I was in middle school, I had braces, and I had them for too long. Again, she's my godmother. So like, I did not appreciate, I wasn't as grateful as I should have been. And I popped them off with a butter knife. And she was so mad at me. And it was right before, and when I was about to go off to college, she gave me a retainer, and it broke while I was away at school, and she thought that I broke it again, and she was like, get away from me. And to this day, she tells any new assistant that is in her office, if there is somebody new in her office, I come in and they go, are you Vince? And I go, yeah. You're the one who popped off your, I was like,
oh, shout out to Auntie.
And I have a cousin that that having problems, and I just couldn't imagine. Having anything like that. That shit really, really sucks. People that have, they say that your teeth and your feet. That's why, like, they have like those like a podiatrist, like. People that have foot problems are just like so angry and upset all the time. And I can only imagine. And I have one more thing about the teeth. You being an actor, why do people always get the top done and not the bottom? Have you ever noticed that? Like in
it's
movies
what you can
and TV?
afford.
I guess I guess you answered the question quickly. That makes sense. But it's so awkward. Like I see so many actors, they'll have perfect top teeth and then have disgusting fucking like bottom teeth, and I'm just
what
like,
you can afford.
Yeah.
You know, you'll going back to like I was hearing this about Dionne Warwick. You know, if you see when she started, she had her natural teeth, but then eventually she got the top done, and like the bottom still looked pretty much the same. But it's like what people could afford. Really, it comes down to. I feel like, and that's what's visible. You know, it's like that's the most visible, so I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah. Well, that's all I got, and I appreciate again, Mama Lou, Steven, Charlene, anybody that's been on the. Thank you so much for commenting. You guys really livened up the show. Not that we don't. And Robert's lovely face, and his lovely suede. Show us the outfit. Yes. Vogue it. Yeah, dude. And shout out to people that were at Governor's Ball. I hope that you have unlimited dental problems after seeing SZA without me. Go fuck yourselves. I'm very petty. And shout out to my boy Ernesto for going without me. Motherfucker. Get some extra funds so you can spot me next time, motherfucker. No, I'm joking. It's all good. I'll be back. Lollapalooza is coming. I don't know if I can go to that because I'm already going to see Green Day, like I think that weekend. So she's playing in Milwaukee. Says I'm coming for you. I'm going to have to stalk you. I'm going to have to be like my man Joe from fucking you. Top Dog Entertainment. You the shit, SZA. You the shit. And what's your favorite SZA song before we go, Robert?
SZA? I don't know. I like that album. I'm not like necessarily her biggest fan, but I just heard her song with or I saw her music video with Maroon 5 while I was at the gym.
Okay.
That song.
Mine is Normal Girl. Yeah, Normal Girl. That's my favorite one.
Okay. I have one of her albums. The one where she had like the TV behind her and like the wires and all that.
Yeah, Control. That's her classic album.
Yeah, I have that one. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, she is so good. I've seen her at Coachella. I've seen her at Afropunk. I've seen her at Governor's Ball. And it doesn't matter. I still wish bad dental work on all of you that have been there, especially on Sunday. Friday and Saturday, you guys are exempt. But if you saw SZA on Sunday, your veneers, let them crack all the way. Fuck you. Anyway. Thank you, Robert. It was a great episode. You got anything to add before we get out of here? How do we follow you, man? How do we find you?
You follow me on most of the platforms, Robert Mercado World, and just please guys, sharing this, even sharing little clips. We appreciate that. That's so kind. That's so sweet. It's the best way to help us. If you can't afford to send anything to the Cash App, to the to the stillvinsane for the page, sharing goes a long way. Sharing is caring. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and even and back to the Cash App, like even if it's $1, like anything counts, man. Anything counts. I know we sound like we're on the subway panhandling, but it's true. Like we're independent media.
Showtime.
Hey, and no, we're trying our hardest to get this to be something of a big production and also a gateway to other projects that we want to do. So, and that's That's a good point. Robert does a good job with Keep Up the Web Series. He is the director and screenplay, and he distributes it on his channel. Go check that out on Robert Mercado World on Instagram and on YouTube. That's where you can catch that. You can check a lot. We're doing a lot of shorts on TikTok and YouTube. That's supposed to generate interest to our long form content. Please go check that out. We're gonna have a lot of rapid responses to things like we did with Eminem and freaking Method Man. Wu-Tang is for the children. And I love the lights. I love the lights. You can catch me on anything Still Vinsane. Just type it in, stillvinsane.com if you want to go check out old videos of the old seasons, if you want to see some new stuff, if you want my services in events and digital operations and product management, I'm here for you, your boy. I just did an event with Eric Adams and Chuck Schumer recently.
Wow, wait, close out scissor so I can see your beautiful face.
All right, you lying now. You lying.
There you go.
Nothing's more beautiful, says it. Nothing. But anyway, yeah. So let's get out of here.
Wow, I'm excited. I heard some rumors about some big things you got coming up. I can't wait to talk about it on the show.
Hey. If it's not Governor's Ball, it's nothing.
Shut up.
Thank you, Robert. Yes, big things coming up. The summer is here. That's where I shine the most. That's my favorite time. Most of the time, my day job, I work really, really hard during the winter, and I'm like almost ghost. But that's because I work so hard because I want to have a good summer. And yeah, here we go. Always interesting. Thank you, Mama. So I finally didn't mess up the intro, which is look up, watch out, it's keep up. And now I'm finally going to get it right on the outro. We've had this outro for the last few seasons, but for some reason I kept botching it. So here we go. Let's start the theme song first. And again, thank you everybody for watching so much. Thank you to Robert Strobe Lights. I feel like I'm in Pulse nightclub right now. RIP to the legends out there. And all right, a little premature. You better shut the fuck up, listen up, and keep up with your boy, Still Vinsane, and club and party promoter,
Robert Mercado World.
Hey. And again, thank you everybody watching. We love you so much. Over and out, homies.